Wait a second.
Oh, we have to. A little longer than that too.
All right, guys. Welcome to this year's Animal Crossing New Year's party.
Hey, there we go.
It's we are live.
We are live and in the building.
Yep. Ready for another year to end, another year to begin.
At least for us here in Central Time.
Central Time, yes. If you're in Eastern Time, well, New Year's is already here for you. So Happy New Year! And if you're in Mountain Time, you got 2 more hours, and Pacific Time, you still got 3 hours.
It's crazy.
3 hours still. But here in Central Time Zone, we have 1 more hour. Or actually, 56 minutes, so 55 minutes.
Blah. Go on.
Alright, here we are at the countdown!
Is your time accurate?
Yes, I made sure of that.
My Windows says it's already 11:05.
Well, that's correct. It is 11:05. The stream is 14 seconds delayed,
Okay, I guess that's right.
which is normal latency. So,
Normal latency. Whatever. Get out of here. Grow up, bro.
so there. Did you do everything you wanted to do this year?
No.
No.
No. But that's okay.
So what did you do? What did you not do that you wanted to do?
I don't know. I wanted to be happier and have a little more fun than I did, but that's okay.
You had a lot of fun, didn't you?
Yeah, I wanted a little less stress than I had, but that's okay.
I guess I hear that.
Yeah. So, but that's okay. Overall, 2019 wasn't bad, but
No, I mean, if you ask me, I think, for me anyway, I think 2019 was a good year to round this decade.
yeah,
Um,
a nice constructive year.
yeah.
Yeah, I could give it that at least.
Yeah, because not only is this the end of a year, this is the end of a decade.
Yeah.
10 whole years. The 2010s are going to be gone. Like, the 2010s no more. It'll be 2020s now. Man.
So that's over a third of my life gone.
Yep. That's right. And, so I'm going to ask you this. You don't have to answer it right now. But I'm going to ask you this later. What would you say... What would you say was your best year of this decade, 2010 to 2019? And what would you say is your worst year? So you can think about it for a few minutes. What year of this decade was your best year? And which one was your worst year?
Okay.
Just take into account all the stuff that happened, stuff that didn't happen, you know, how you generally felt, what was going on in your life, best and worst.
Okay.
Well, man, we'll play some NES.
Yeah, there you go. That always happens.
Yeah. That'll pass the time a little bit. We still got 52 minutes of 2019. Let's finish 2019 out by playing some games from 1985.
Or so.
Oh, my favorite, Balloon Fight. And this was 1984. So.
Oh yeah, Famicom.
Famicom, yeah.
Famicom's 83.
But Balloon Fight didn't come out here till 85, right?
Yeah, this is probably a pretty early title.
Yeah, it had to be. Okay.
Definitely hear some popping outside. Piggity popping out there.
Yeah, I started hearing some popping like a couple hours ago, and I'm like, it's not time yet. Must just be practicing.
Yeah, I walked out of the game store, and I heard poof, and I was like, what the hell is that? And I look up in the sky, and there's like a big black puff mark. I was like, oh, it must be someone decided to blow off some fireworks at 3:53 p.m.
Wow. Yeah, that is a bit weird.
A little early.
A little early. Oh!
What a novice. Don't let you play Joust.
Hey! My bit rate's getting kind of low. It's going up now. I don't know why it's doing that.
Exhausting it.
So much stuff going on.
Taxing it.
Yeah, and the weird thing is I actually have it set to 2500.
Oh, okay, so you're at like the reasonable level.
Yeah, but it's only streaming at like 400 or 500.
Huh.
That's very strange.
Oh, okay, so you're like...
That might be on their side.
Did you pause the game?
Yeah.
Okay, I was like, audio's here. It's not. Oh, no, it is.
Yeah, I don't understand why the bitrate's so low. Because I have it set to 2500, so that's what it should be streaming at, but it keeps going up and down. 600, 500, 657. Now it's up to 800, now it's up to 1000.
Keeps playing around.
Yeah, and it keeps going up and down. That's not good. I mean, it is saving the file to the computer. Maybe it's saving that at the regular bitrate. I'm not sure.
Apparently, I'm uploading on uTorrent and didn't know it. So that's a thing.
Oh.
I guess I'll stop that.
Whoa.
That's some Atari stuff. Vectrex, Virtual Boy, ColecoVision, and then a bunch of GameCube ISOs, and a bunch of PSP ISOs, and a bunch of Saturn shoot 'em ups. Sorry, folks.
Sharing. File sharing.
Yep. Yep. If you don't like it, you can fall off the face of the earth.
Okay.
Okay, sorry someone upset you, man.
I'm trying to get you. Come on, come over here. Ah! Man, why does it keep dropping? Now it's down to like 400.
Is it because you're playing this and it's...
No, it should. This is an NES game. No, that shouldn't matter. Let me pause the preview. Maybe that's doing it. And let me pause the preview on the watch page. No. Still a lot lower than it should be. Yeah, now we're a little higher. Yeah, 1700, 1900, 14, 13. Well, still not where it should be, but it's a little better.
Okay.
Let me pop out this chat and close this page. Okay. Alright, now it's just XSplit in the chat. Nothing else.
Always something technical related.
Yeah. Well, at least the stream's continuing on. It's not pausing or stopping. It's probably just... Yeah, now it's at the 2500s. That's where it should be. But now it's on 19. I don't know. It's probably something on their side. Man, I'm hearing a lot of popping going on over there.
There's probably a lot of people streaming right now, so I guess that makes sense.
Maybe. Streaming what, though?
I mean, nothing. Hey, look, here's me being near a clock.
Yeah, like right here. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So Derek,
Yes, sir.
so what all happened this decade? A lot of stuff.
I got a job.
Me too.
I got 2 of them.
Me too. Me too. Well,
I
you
did one of
know.
them for 8.5 years straight. Sorry, no, I did one of them for 9 years straight. No, I did one of them for 8 years straight, and then I got a second job, and I still have the first one too.
Yeah, so you started in Culver's, what, 2014, 13? No, 2011. Was it? 10?
2010.
2010, okay. Well, I guess, yeah, 9 years, yeah.
I was already in community college when the thing started, but
Yeah.
I did leave community college in 2016.
Yeah.
Got really into collecting. Got really into playing a lot of games and, you know, having relationships and stuff like that.
Yeah. Yeah, all that stuff happened.
Lost my virginity in this decade. Woohoo.
Woohoo! Congratulations!
Congratulations.
Do you have any regrets?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Definitely plenty of things I should have done. Tons of things I should not have done.
Mm-hmm.
People I should have gotten more involved with. People I should not have been more involved with.
Oh yeah, I know all about that. Yeah.
Involved with at all.
Mm-hmm. So what is something that you do regret that you did? If you can think of any, like...
I guess like certain friendships that I shouldn't have bothered with.
Yeah, like said, said was a really big thing.
Yeah,
Your friendship.
definitely certain friends that I probably shouldn't have gotten involved with.
Just unwanted friendships are just
Yeah.
not friendships. They're not.
Yeah, like,
they're just
ones
yeah.
that seemed to be okay initially, and then like the writing was on the wall and didn't do anything about it. Obviously financial setbacks. That was probably a big one. That's probably the biggest one. But like,
Yeah.
oh well. And I say that because like, I say that because like, that's been like the most persistent thing. Like it's been the thing that's just kind of loomed over kind of the whole time. Pretty much like the whole time.
Yeah.
Whoops. Obviously didn't learn my lesson. But
Obviously.
but yeah. And then like, not spending more time with certain friends that I really did like, or, not necessarily had like falling outs with, I don't usually have like falling outs with people, but it's definitely like people I probably should have kept better contact with than I didn't. And so now it's like, oh, I don't even, I have plenty of friends like that. Like, again, like most of my, pretty much now, with the exception of Sam, I don't really engage with like anybody I went to school with at high school, like at all. Which I went to a tiny high school, so that's not saying too much compared to most folks who are like, oh, I'm in my student body of like 1,500 people and I don't talk to them. It's like, oh, my student body of 45 that I don't talk to, that kind of, that's like, 4 grades, but yeah, I just feel like, there was things I wanted to go do or would have loved to have gone and done, but because like, I made mistakes or, especially like financial stuff where it's like, oh, I want to go do this thing. It's like, oh, well, I can't. I have to work because otherwise I'll get in trouble. Like that kind of thing is a big part of it, where I just end up just working all the time instead of like working some and then, oh, when I want to go do something, I just go and do it.
Yeah.
Whether it's something I want to do that day or like something I plan to go do or like leave or go out of town, like, cause see, I probably only took a handful of vacations within that whole time frame. And during that,
when you went on that cruise.
Yeah, like I went on the cruise.
You went to a lot of concerts. Went to SeaWorld a lot. Yeah, so you did. I mean, you did.
Yeah, like this is definitely like the time of my life where I've been the most active. Like just.
Yeah.
Like I had a car in like late 08. And I had like a job in like 2010, but it was like I had a car, like I had like friends and like a girlfriend and stuff like that at that point, but it was like I wasn't really, I didn't have the money to do anything. So it's like, I didn't really like go places or didn't really do anything too interesting. It was just like little like petty stuff here and there. So versus like when you have, your own car with your own freedom, with your own setup, with your own money or whatever, you can go and do more things like that. But even then it was like, I took a trip to Utah in like 2017 and then like drove to Dallas a few different times, probably like 5 times within like that 10-year window. As far as like a trip or something like that, like here in my own state. And then like took the cruise, but I didn't really like go see anybody else per se. I never went to see you, although I've wanted to do that for fucking probably at least like 3 years now. That didn't happen or hasn't happened yet. Obviously you did your share, but like just stuff like that, that like would have been awesome to do, but just given my situation and setup was like, oh, I haven't laid a good foundation groundwork, so I can't just go do something fun when I think of the idea. So it's just like stuff like that.
Okay. Yeah, just trying to get everything in order. Trying to do everything you want to do, but it's just impossible because you got all this other stuff going on.
Yeah, wasting a bunch of time, like bending over backwards to help other people when they weren't, I wasn't like enjoying it. Instead of like, I want to help them, it's like, I need to help them.
Yeah, it's like you have to. You're committed at this point.
Yeah, and it's not like,
yeah, it's
wanna
like
do
you've
it.
already gone too far in. Now they
Yeah.
expect you to do this, and that makes you just not
Yeah.
want to do it. It's not rewarding anymore.
Yeah, just a lot of that kind of stuff is
Yeah.
kind of a big weight, like in the latter half of the decade. Like, I feel like 2010, 2011, 2012, like, it sucked because of school and I really wasn't doing much and whatever else, blah 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 blah. But like, comparatively, I felt very like free spirited. I was just kind of doing what I wanted. It felt
Yeah.
good. Like, I was kind of like in and out of relationships in like not a bad way. Like, it was kind of bad at the time, but like it was manageable at the time, kind of thing. So pap. But I don't know, like things like that, I guess. And then like 2013 felt really good, and then like 2014, was like the absolute like definition of like fucking a roller coaster ride as far as the ups and downs. But then I feel like the last like 4 or 5 years have just kind of been just this, or like 2015 on, I feel it's just kind of been this like trudge, just this kind of slosh through everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, especially like 2016 onward. It's just kind of been this this heavy, just kind of trudge,
Kind of like
kind of like the burnout, losing the enthusiasm, spend a lot of time doing things I don't want to do.
yeah, and losing interest in stuff that you used to love doing, like YouTube videos.
Yeah, just I don't know. It's just and I feel like, I feel like that whole thing has like stunted my inspiration a lot, and just kind of the free spirited, like feel good vibe that I normally have. So, that's kind of a bummer. Something to just like, and that's what always bothers me is like, some people that have the like complaint of like, oh, I work all the time, so I'm tired. It's like, okay, yeah, I work a lot, so I'm like tired. But it's the things I do outside of work that like actually wear me out. Like when I'm there, like sure, whatever, you get through it. Or even when I like brought myself at the game store, we get busy. Like even now, I'm like more accustomed to that. I get through it. But it's like, people are like, oh, you're always so tired out because your job. It's like, no, I'm so tired out because of like all the other things I make the mistake of doing. And so it's like, I feel like people see it in a different way than like I actually feel it is. Like, oh, you work so much, so you're so tired. It's like, no, it's all the other time that I don't spend like taking care of myself and spend time with I don't want to necessarily be around, or doing things I'm not necessarily wanting to be a part of or whatever. And it's like those things are the ones that really wear me out. Or you.
Well, I recommend that you
job
work
is
on
the
that
escape.
next year.
Yeah, precisely.
Precisely.
And I would say in the last several months, I've done a much better job about that, and I've been much more content in the last like probably 3 months. Like kind of like late October, I kind of did that, where I just like it just kind of fell off the map, and just like I fell off the map for most of November, and it was really fucking nice.
I see.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really nice to just like not feel like I got people just kind of hounding me down, and stuff like that. I don't know. So again, learning that lesson and kind of like
that's what it's all about. Just learning the lessons, and and just learning from that mistakes and not doing them again. And,
yeah.
And moving on from it.
Yeah.
I mean, for me, this decade was, well, obviously 10 years is a long time. But I was like, oh man, when this decade began, I was like really rough shape.
Yeah.
Like I I mean, 2010s did not start off well for me. 2010, 2011 were like the worst years of my life so far. And hopefully they never get close to that again.
Yeah.
You know, really rough patch there. Really rough 2 years for me. And things started to turn around in 2012. You know, got my first job. You know, I made some new friends, then lost some new friends, and you know, had some experiences that I treasure today, but in a way I wish they kind of didn't happen.
Yeah.
You know, because I feel
It's like it was for the better that it happened, but at the same time, like, there was a lot of fucking headache at the time, and you just kind of get this weird kind of like residual kind of from it.
Yeah, and even now it's still kind of affecting me. So, you know,
Yeah.
I'm like, I just kind of wish it didn't happen at all because I feel like I would be less stressed. I can't really call it stress. I mean, it's not really stress, but it's just it kind of bothers me. You know,
Yeah.
it just bothers me. And so, but whatever. Still, I mean, they were experiences, and I enjoyed them at the time.
Yeah.
You know, they were nice, and then, well, later on in the decade, 2016, I finally started to like really take control.
Yeah.
And said, hey, I'm not living with mom anymore. You know, I mean, I am moving out. I'm getting my own place, so I finally. Actually, it was 2015 when I decided that. It just took some time to find a house and get this house. That was a real big hassle. And then 2016, finally moved out, got my own house. So I've been living on my own for like 3 years and 8 months. No, 10 months.
Oh, okay, cool.
So almost 4 years. It'll be 4 years in February. So yeah, so that's been cool. And finally left my first job of 7 years at you know where, Walmart. And that just happened recently, just a few months ago in September. Finally left Walmart, which I hadn't been doing for. Which I've been thinking about doing for a while, just never the opportunity just never arose.
Yeah.
I finally got a real good opportunity in August, and at first I was like, I probably won't get it, but I said I'll try it anyway. You never know what might happen, and it's a good thing I did try it because it happened.
Other than kind of like having that, you know, no one bothers you. You know, you're like a kind of a team of like 1 or 2 people that are on the shift, and there's nothing, you know, like you can kind of come and go and do your thing. Other than that, and then like having like the kind of the coworker camaraderie. Other than those 2 things, it's been a full upgrade. You know.
Yeah, for sure. It's more pay, better benefits, holiday pay. Hey, I've been off for 11 days. Tomorrow being my 12th day of holiday. It'll be my last day off. But yeah, my been on holiday for a while, and I've been able to, you know, take trips. I've been able to do stuff that I normally wouldn't be able to do if I was on still at my job at Walmart.
Yeah.
You know, so really cool that I was able to do that. And of course, holiday pay and everything. So yeah, so definitely is a big upgrade.
Yeah.
There are some things I miss from the job at Walmart. As hard as that is to believe, I guess. There are still some things I miss. The people, especially. You know, just the people, the interactions. You know, you don't have that. You know, you don't have that. You don't have as much of that freedom and interaction as there in a manufacturing plant.
Yeah, where it's like you're only around the people you're standing around, and most people are just wearing headphones, and you constantly kind of have something to do, so there isn't like necessarily downtime, like you got to keep the line going and stuff like that. So again, it's kind of that the communication aspect and kind of the camaraderie is kind of falling by the wayside. But apart from that, you know, obviously plenty of other pluses. pay and shit's a good one. Hey, a fucking Venonat. Mine now. Sorry. My bad.
So, yeah, so all that said, yeah. So, really big contrast between 2010 and 2019. The 2010 me was 21, going on 22-year-old. I haven't even started life yet.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
2019 me, still got a lot of stuff to work on, but I'm doing a whole lot better.
Yeah.
Much better situation now than I was in 9-10 years ago.
Yeah.
Much better off. So very happy for that. I consider myself lucky and fortunate to do that, to be in that situation.
Yeah.
And as for 2019 itself, just as the year in general, like I said, I think this was a very good year to round off the decade. I did like I said, I did a lot more video game stuff this year. Let's see. Like I said, I got the new job this year, so that happened this year. That was a real big thing. That's the biggest thing of the year, I guess, was that.
Yeah.
For sure, that was a really big change. I guess that was the biggest thing. I guess nothing else really big happened this year. Nothing else really that huge. Thanksgiving was nice. Christmas, not the best Christmas this year, but it was still good.
Yeah.
Didn't see my brother either holiday, so that was kind of a bummer.
Oh, I didn't really realize that. Huh.
Yeah, he was working both days, so
Okay.
so I couldn't. So I didn't see him both holidays, so that was a little bit of a bummer. But July, I took a week off. When I was still at Walmart, took a week off and went to some game stores and went up to Kentucky for the first time.
Yeah, that's right.
And that was nice. I took my mom and my niece, so that was a pretty unique trip.
Yeah, you ain't playing. You're right. I totally
Yeah.
forgot about that.
Yeah, that was that was very different. I wanted to do that, try to have a little fun with it, so I did.
Did y'all just did y'all went up there and stayed? You stayed in like a
No, it was just a one-day thing.
Oh, okay, never mind.
It's just a
Kinda
one-day
like
thing. Drive up there and drive back. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and again, just recently, like I said, just went to the Gulf Coast, spent a few days down there, which was nice. Bought several video games down there. It was very nice to find all that stuff. You can see my video on that, by the way. Wink, wink.
Y'all.
And been getting a lot more into Dreamcast recently. N64, did a lot of N64 collecting this year.
Yeah.
And just getting some more harder to find accessories for game systems like the GameCube and Dreamcast and even N64. Just trying to get that stuff that I never had a chance to have, and now that I am able to have it, while it might not be important, I should probably be focusing on more important stuff, but, hey, it's something I enjoy, so.
Yeah. Still, you gotta kind of entertain your hobbies, or you'll just kind of lose your mind. So.
Yeah. I didn't get sick much this year. I may have got a cold or two, but I didn't have any serious illnesses, so that was good. Yeah, so overall a good year. I don't think nothing really bad happened this year. Yeah, overall it was pretty good. So, question time. So I have time to think about it.
Okay.
So, what is your worst year and best year of this decade?
So, I guess probably in reality, 2013 was still like my best year. Just feeling good,
Mm-hmm.
new relationship, pretty much like bubblegum stage all year long. Did stuff, was going to concerts, like a lot of the acts I saw for the first time I saw that year.
Yeah.
It was just a lot of just like fun. Work was good. School was all right. School got kind of cool later on into that year. A lot of just like whatever, but it was school. 2013 was probably like the most well-rounded. I personally like the more I think about it, I feel like there was a lot of stuff about 2012 that I liked. Like I felt like
Yeah.
I feel like when I go back and think about 2012, I think about how much like fun I had in 2012. Like the people I was with, the kind of things I was doing, the video games I was playing. I played a fuck ton of like 360 and shit that year. Like I feel like 2012 was a really cool year for me. In just like stuff I did. So
yeah,
that was
2012
a pretty cool
had that kind of vibe about it. It was just
something about the
new,
just kind of like I was there today and the owner was talking about like explaining the Y2K concept to like little kids that he was like around the other day and how just like perplexed they were about like, what do you mean? Like, no, we were all really scared about it. And it was like 2012 had that kind of uncertainty to it. You know, it was almost like this
oh
kind
yeah,
of like running joke in the air about what 2012 would be like. And
yeah, because
we're all
remember they
gonna
were saying that
die,
what was
so
going
we'll
to end
make
is
sure
when the Mayan calendar ended or something
Yeah,
in
you know,
2012.
it's like, oh, the world's gonna end, and you know, we all gotta kind of make the best of it and go out with a bang, kind of thing. So there was this weird, just kind of air about 2012 in that regard. You know, dumbass movies and all kinds of shit was going on, kind of capitalizing on the scare. So that was pretty interesting. So yeah, 2012 was pretty fun too, but I feel like just everything that kind of happened, and just because of like the bubblegum phase of the relationship I was in 2013, that felt good as much as like 2013 was kind of the beginning of the end of my sanity in terms of like meeting said and just like other things I kind of had going on. Like the start of my disposition towards school was kind of like later that year. So it was like the end of that year wasn't necessarily the best, but most of that year felt really, really good.
Yeah.
And I don't know, like I was trying to think a little while ago because it prompted me, like trying to think about like the worst year for me. I don't know, like I know 2014 was a big one that I always talk about, but like in the end, like 2014 was like, as much as I hated the like people aspect of a lot of 2014, just like being around people I didn't want to be around, there was a lot of like fun and uncertainty and I did a lot of like new things for the first time in 2014, whether it was like places I was going, people I was meeting, relationship stuff, you know, online dating. There was like all kinds of different things I did in 2014. So like in the end, 2014 again was a year that like needed to happen. I needed to kind of like come crashing out of the fucking sky and have a little, you know, self powwow and kind of a wake up call, which in the end didn't really truly work. But you know, it kind of had to happen.
Yeah.
So I think overall, like 2014 actually wasn't a bad year. It was just a tough year. It was a hard year. It was a hard learning, lesson learned type year. So I feel like that was more kind of the air about 2014. But I don't know. I feel like maybe I feel like, I don't know, like 2015 kind of had the weird like get back together phase of my relationship, and then like the summer was kind of weird where it just like didn't really know what was going on and just kind of felt weird. Later in the year just kind of felt weird, and it was again like kind of like again just being around set all the time and just kind of like I felt like I had a lot of like obligations in 2015 that kind of popped up that I wasn't really liking. So 2015 is a pretty weak one. But I don't know, like I know you mentioned 2016 being kind of a rock star just because of like the specific things that happened in it. When you were like laying the framework in like 2015, then 2016 kind of came to fruition. Right. I don't know. I don't have a bunch of examples, but I feel like 2016 kind of sucked for me. Like just kind of the stuff I did and like the people I was around, and especially like later on in that year, just kind of like and a lot of 2017 was like that for me. So I don't know. I feel like that kind of pocket, like 2016, 2017, like 2017, cool things happen, but there's a lot of like in 2017, and a lot of early 2018 had a lot of we're just like stuck because of people. And it's an understood thing that like 80% of your problems in life are gonna be because of other fucking people. Because obviously animals don't fuck with us, and we otherwise, as long as you go to
Yeah.
work, pay your bills, like most entities won't fuck with you as long as you're smart about it. So it's like people are the problem. So again, if
Yeah,
you're
people. You
around the
can't
wrong
live
kind of
without them. You can't live with them. You need
yeah,
them and you don't need them.
yeah. So if you're around the wrong kind of people, it's gonna hurt you. And I feel like there was a lot of just like dissatisfaction in those 2 years of just
Mhm.
like I'm doing this and I don't even like it. A lot of
Yeah.
like just doing things because I was asked to or whatever else, and so I don't know. Some combination of those 2 years is probably like the shitty point.
All right. So the worst years for you, 2016 and 17. You're saying.
Yes, somewhere in there.
Yeah,
That
2016, maybe 2017, and your best year was 2013.
maybe like if you cut them in half, so it's like summer 2016 through like summer 2017. Maybe that pocket was just kind of I don't know, but maybe something
Okay.
like that, just off the top of my head. But
Okay.
I don't know. I would probably 2013, but then yo stuff.
Well, my worst year is kind of the same. It's kind of a mix of 2 years. But if I had to pick one year, a worst year, I'd say definitely 2011.
Yeah, that's the one I figured you'd say.
2011. That's the year I felt the most
Just
depressed,
all that
the
medication.
most isolated, the most alone because I was on medication. Well, the first few months I was. Even when I was taken off of it, I had to spend time to recover from being on them. And
Okay.
it just seemed like nothing was going right and nothing was going anywhere and like I had no hope. And I was literally depressed. Literally, the medications made me depressed. That's what depression feels like, and it sucks.
Yeah.
And I really felt that in 2011. Now, at the
Just
end of
truly
2011,
feel hopeless.
yeah. But the end of 2011, that actually technically is when things started to turn around, but it was like very early.
Yeah.
And 2010 would be a close second for worst year because 2010 sometimes tried to be okay, but I just couldn't enjoy it because I was really medicated.
Yeah. Okay.
And I was just depressed and I was feeling bad for no reason. Even I realized that. It's like, hey, nothing's bad going on, but I just feel awful.
Yeah. It's just
And
like
it's because of the
there.
medications. And, and so that was 2010 and 2011. But overall, 2010 was bad. There were a few good things tried to happen, but 2010 was still pretty bad, especially the latter part. And 2011 was also pretty bad, especially the first half. So the second half of 2010, first half, second half of 2010, and first half of 2011 were like my worst, like 12, 13 months.
Yeah. Yeah.
Second half of 2010, or most of 2010, and that lingered into most of 2011. But 2011 was definitely the year I felt it the hardest.
Yeah, especially that famous instance where you were like, I was at the mall and like,
Yes.
Felt like just dying inside, but also like didn't have the enthusiasm to lay on the ground and cry and piss myself.
Yeah, well, I finally did break down and cry later that day. That was February 11th, 2011. Never forget that day. Just in the mall, walking around with my mom, feeling like you're feeling like utter crap. Just
True,
completely
pure
awful.
despair.
Yeah, and it's a terrible feeling, let me tell you. And just came home that day and just broke down and just weeped. Like, it was really awful. Just really miserable time in my life. So, that being said, best year for me was actually, I'm going to agree with you, probably, well, not 2013, but 2012. The year after, surprisingly. Because that, I think, 2012 is when my life really started to make a 180.
I'm all ears. Go for it.
Yeah, that's when everything turned around. That's when I got the first job, and that's when I started to finally get excited again about life and realize that, hey, there's people here to talk to. There's girls to talk to and interact with here. There's like, hey, I actually like walking around and, socializing with my friends, because I have this job that allows me to do that.
Prior to that, there was none of that.
Yeah, there was nothing. And, 2012 was, that was that big experience, that big change. Now, the only thing about 2012 is that, 2011 did kind of linger in the first few months of 2012.
Okay.
So it didn't start off that awesome, but it definitely got to that point. So I think 2012 is what really saved me and really turned my life around. Literally, like I said, that was 2012. That was my turnaround point.
Yeah.
So that's why I say 2012 was my best year. 2013 would be a close second, I guess.
Yeah, just the interesting things that happened in it or whatever.
Yeah, a lot of interesting things happened. Had a lot more interesting, just things that happened that have never happened again since.
Yeah.
That was 2013. 2013 was a great year. 2012 was, I'd say, my best year. The other years, 2014 to this year, they weren't bad. They were just average, they were...
Yeah, there was not necessarily anything like, wow, it's just like, we made it, it's, construction.
Yeah, 2016, you could argue, should be a good year for me, too, because, again, that's when I bought my house. That's a major step. That's a major milestone for a lot of people, having a house, so that's true.
Yeah.
But that being said, it's like, I don't think
overall,
moving...
one thing doesn't necessarily make up for the whole year itself.
Right, yeah, because, okay, you may move out of your mom's house, that's great and all, but nothing particularly actually changed because of that.
Yeah.
It's like, yes, now I can live in my own house, and now I can do what I want with my mom, peeking in on me and spying on me and wondering what I'm doing. It's like, that's great, but still, I'm still doing the same stuff here. And nothing particularly has actually changed in my life because of this so far. But that also allows some things to happen, maybe if they would happen.
Yeah, true. Versus the Xbox 180 that was 2012.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
Who knew that you knew what the next Xbox would have been in 2012?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's right. See? So that's the decade in review. We got 2011, worst year overall if I had to pick one, 2010 and 2011. 2012 and 2013, best period. 2014 was alright, I think. 2015, I think, was okay. 2016 was good. Again, that's when I moved out. 2017 was nice. 2018 is when I visited you. Had a fun time over there.
Yeah, very much so.
Had to made some great memories with that. That was a big once-in-a-lifetime thing.
Yeah.
I mean, not once in a lifetime. Hopefully, it's more than that. But
precisely.
We'll see. And
I
again,
feel like
this
there was
year
a lot of
was good.
early development stuff that we were trying to figure it out, and then now it's like more refined and we're more capable of doing things now.
Yes, we've learned a lot of stuff over this decade.
Yeah, but I feel like to talk about the latter pocket of the decade, I feel like it's a lot of I feel like a lot of it is a lot of been there, done that, and so it just kind of creates.
True, yeah. It's like we already had those things happen now, so now they're
I feel
not
like
as
the
exciting.
last kind of 3 years just kind of blurred together because it was just more of the same with the same kind of folks and so on and so on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we learned a lot of stuff, went through some experiences in the first few years, and now the later half of the decade was just, that stuff happened, so now we're just moving on. We're just trying to get through everything else.
Yeah.
So overall, I guess you would say the first half of the decade was more productive than the second half.
Yeah, but again, I feel like that's just given the time frame. Teenagers becoming adults, truly
going from your teens to early 20s,
adulthood for real.
Yeah,
it's just kind of the nature of how most people go about it.
Yeah, now we're going into our 30s, so So now what's the next step?
Yeah. Right.
That's what we're going into. We're going into the 2020s now. So let's make the 2020s as awesome. I mean, let's make 2022 like 2012. You say that? Come on.
Yeah.
Or 2023 is 2013. Yeah, you want that to happen?
Woo!
Maybe not.
Yeah. No.
Yeah. Maybe not.
Let's try to make it so they ascend from here on out.
Yes.
It's up and down,
Yeah.
whatever. So, but yeah, I'd say overall, do I have regrets? And they always talk about that, you know,
Oh,
if you had the option, would you go back and do it again? Yeah, there's definitely things I would go back and do again, no doubt.
Yeah, I would definitely change some things. Knowing what I know now, I would, definitely. There were some things that I would not do, for sure. I know there were some things that I did for myself and involving other people as well that I should not have done. Maybe I meant well by them, but I still shouldn't have done them. It just wasn't, just wasn't the right time or whatever. It just wasn't the right thing to do for my situation, for my own good. But despite that, that's the way it happened, and I guess nothing really bad happened because of them, but still, I shouldn't have done them.
Yeah.
So I learned my lesson on those, and there are some things that, that I wish I would have done differently, or said differently, or just said at all.
Yeah. Yep.
I definitely, would do that too. And maybe it's too late for that now, but we're going into 2020 now with this knowledge.
Yeah.
So. All right, well, 5 minutes left, man. 4 minutes 35 seconds to be exact. So, any last things you want to say about this year, this decade? Anything else on the last few minutes? Game related or not? I mean, the Switch came out this year, the Wii U came out this year and failed. And this decade, I mean, came out and failed. In 2012, actually, that came out and didn't do well.
Yeah.
PS4, Xbox One came out, the original ones. Then the Pro models came out later on.
Yeah. Overall, thanks for some good ass games. I played a ton of games this decade.
Yeah.
Overall, this is definitely like obviously played more games and stuff when I was a kid, but this is the era which I've appreciated and loved and valued games kind of the most. And
you see, for me, that's kind of different because I feel like my interest in gaming, or actually at least playing games, has actually gone down over the past couple of years.
Yeah, you've definitely tapered off. I don't know what exactly it is. I don't know if now you're just looking for something new. Maybe you're someone who's becoming just a hardcore multiplayer only player. That's what it is.
I don't possibly, because I enjoy the interaction. I enjoy the competition. I enjoy just the fun aspect of it. Like, maybe I just don't find playing by myself anymore enjoyable much anymore. I mean, besides maybe a few games like this or something once in a while is fine. But
that's what it is. Maybe now that you've had a taste of being around people and interacting with people more often and playing games with people, now you kind of know what to expect, and now you're like, oh, well, when I have single player experiences, I don't quite get the same buzz out of it, or even when I do multiplayer, but it's not like with folks that I know, like it doesn't feel as good or something like that. So I don't know, maybe as your experiences have changed in life, maybe you're looking for something that kind of equates to that within the game space, and maybe it's not doing it for you as much. So hard to say, but
yeah, I see what you're saying there. That's probably true.
Yeah, I definitely feel like I don't play games as often as I did, especially into the early 2010s and pretty much all the fucking 2000s was tons of fucking games. I definitely don't play games as often as I did, but I still love talking about them and I still appreciate them just probably more than ever. So overall, I don't plan on stopping or slowing down. So If anything,
Oh,
I need
yeah.
to speed fucking die as far as playing more games. So, but yeah, but the 20 teens, 2010s shits in a nutshell.
Mm-hmm.
Like, glad it was here. Glad it happened. It needed to happen. Could have went better, but you know, in the end, I still got the fucking oars, and I'm still in the boat, and I'm still afloat. And
Yep. Yeah, we're
I don't
still here. We're still here.
I don't necessarily say good riddance, just because I don't want to say that, and you know, trying to wash it all. But overall, I'm glad it's kind of coming to an end, and I like to think there's a big bright side. So let's go towards that green pasture.
I hope so. That is my hope as well.
Yeah, like I've done enough fucking growing in this decade. It's time to actually sprout in the direction I want to go instead of
it's
just
time to actually
sunlight,
start living.
Sunlight somewhere, please.
Start
Like, I
living.
found some
Yeah, it's
sunlight.
actually
Let's
start
go.
doing that now.
Yeah, I think I know where the sunlight is. Let's go that way, because tired
All
of
right.
looking for sunlight.
30 seconds.
30 seconds.
30 seconds. Come on, guys. We're almost there. Let's go. All right. Hey,
Gonna catch these poppers.
Brady Anderson. We got 20 seconds.
It's just like that, man.
15
Well,
seconds.
Some of these
Say
pops.
goodbye, guys. Say goodbye to the 2010s. We're about ready to roll into a new decade. Come on, let's go. 7 seconds. 6,
2010.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Happy New Year, guys.
Happy New Year,
Happy
everybody.
New Year, everybody. Happy new decade.
Happy new decade.
2020 is here now.
What's going on out here? I can see at least like 4 or 5 different homes blowing off stuff from where I'm sitting on my porch right now.
Yeah, I hear a few. Not very many.
I see 1, 2, 3, 4. There's probably about 6 different homes I can see explosions going off from. Yeah. This-
Now. Yeah, I'm hearing them.
Yeah.
I'm definitely hearing some. Can't really see them from here, but I can hear them. Oh yeah, I can hear them from your side. Alright guys, well, I hope this new year is great for all you guys, and this whole decade, I hope. I mean, it's 10 years, so a lot's going to change in 10 years. A lot can happen, but I guess I look forward to it.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. So it is 2020. New decade, new year. It's a very good opportunity to start off with a fresh slate and start off fresh and be like, what things can we do and what things can we change now for these new times ahead of us?
Yep. Play it smart.
Yeah. Let's take a look at the fireworks here. There they are, guys. Check them out. Still going off, huh? Yep. I still hear him. Alright, hopefully no one's drinking and driving.
Right? Anywhere on the entire planet.
You've been seeing a lot of warnings about that, like when I was on the interstate, on TV, on the internet, I keep seeing a whole bunch of, banner ads, PSAs, whatever, saying, hey, don't drink and drive. And it's true, you shouldn't do it, you don't, just because you had a good time and you drive and you still have a good time while you're driving, it's not worth ruining your life or someone else's life. It's not worth it. But yeah. So yeah. Oh, it's happened again. This pig is blocking me in. I can't get off this dock.
Oh, Doc again.
Move out of the way, you swine. Stop singing and let me go. What if the 2020s are treated like the 90s? I don't know. The 90s, you can't beat the 90s. The 90s were childhood.
I was talking to
out of here.
I was talking to a customer today about that, and I was saying like, shit, I'll be 30 next year, and he's like, yeah, I got one more year to go before that happens. I was like, yeah, man. I was like, he's like, yeah, all the 90 kids, all the 90s kids that are kind of like suffering from that right now. And I was like, yeah, man, we had enough trouble in the 90s with all the just like uncertainty of the world. Now we got to go through that shit over again. Hope that doesn't recycle itself.
Yeah, that's true. This pig is going to move, isn't he? Please move.
Well, at some point.
Please move so you're not blocking me into this pier. She's not moving. She's just turning around, but she's not moving anywhere. Move. I was able to get on to the dock, so I should be able to get off of it. She kind of moved, but still not enough room. Oh, good. Finally. Thank you. Thanks for moving.
Gotta run while you can. Gotta make sure you don't get that Rossetti.
All right, Derek. So, what are some things? What are your goals for 2020?
Figure out this money shit. Figure out this happiness shit. Figure out this relationship shit.
Relationship.
Figure out this just in general.
Do you have a relationship?
Maybe. Figure out this shit in general. Just no more uncertainty and only constructive uncertainty, only I wonder how it's gonna go instead of, oh god, I don't know what the fuck to do. None of that shit. Sick of that shit. Been doing that shit for 10 years. Been the same fucking position for 10 years and tired of that shit. So I just want that peace of mind and constructiveness. Liz was asking me earlier, she's like, what do you think for your goals for 2020? What did I say? I said what did I say earlier? I said focus on finances and overall happiness and peace of mind this year. And it's like that's a big one. That's a big one.
Yeah, for sure. It's again, this is a new year, a new decade, so a lot's going to change between now and 2029. So
yeah, all kinds of new advents and all kinds of new changes in the world. And remember, it's 2020, so everything's gonna be talking about clarity.
Yeah, 2020 vision. I can hear it already.
And vision, and all the marketing's all gonna be about crystal clear and clarity and not having foggy glasses and not having a foggy brain. So just like brace for impact and already have your eyes half foggy and half glossed over in disgust of all the obvious marketing ploys and slogans you're going to hear this year. But that's all right because it's whatever. So
be interesting to see if that's what the year actually turns out to be. A very clear year, or you know, or if it's not.
Yeah. Whether or not there's still all this kind of just clutter and uncertainty and root beer burbling out, you know.
Root beer. Oh, well, you got the beer part down anyway.
So,
You should got the beer down.
yeah.
Drinking some kind of beer. So you're in the spirit.
A lot of that. So hopefully this is just a time frame of narrowing in the lens.
Yeah. So there's some things you got to work on this year, this decade, really as a whole. Like, you know, again, you got to get the debt worked out.
Yeah.
I mean, and you also got to figure out like job situation. Like, you know, do you want to stay at your current 2 jobs, or you want to quit one of them, or you want to just get something else entirely and quit both?
Yeah.
You know, get something better or whatever. You want to finally move out of your dad's house and go somewhere else, or get an apartment with somebody, split rent, whatever. Maybe move in with your relationship partner. You know, there's always that. You know, there's always those options. You know.
So again, 2020 is going to be about putting myself first, worrying about me, and then by taking care of me, then I'll have the energy and the willpower and the capability to be helpful to others. But when I don't put myself first, then I don't have any kind of energy to do anything.
Yeah, that's true. You don't want to overdo it, because that'll just make yourself sick and, you know, tire you out mentally, and it just won't work out very well. You know, not worth it. I mean, something I should work on is my self-esteem. Self-esteem, self-image.
Sorry, Brett, you still there? Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
I texted one of my friends I haven't texted in a while, and so he was like, "Hey, are you free to chat?" And then he just like called me, and I'm like, I don't want to talk to him yet. So
Yeah, maybe in a little bit.
Yeah, maybe a little bit.
Maybe another hour or so.
Yeah, exactly. So
I was saying something I need to work on myself. This would be a goal for this year or this decade, is my self-esteem and self-image.
yeah,
You know,
those.
should really work on that. Been having a problem with that pretty much all my life. I've never had really high self-esteem or self-image, or or even let's see, self. Maybe a little insecure. A little insecurity.
Yeah. I get that.
So got to work on that. I realize that's not good. Gotta learn how to be secure about myself, and it's like I am who I am, and there could be some things I don't like. I mean, we all have some things about ourselves that we may not like, but I mean, that's who we are, and
Yeah, like those hold you back. It's just part of it.
yeah,
It's just that's your backpack to carry on your journey, and you just gotta try to figure out how to thin it out along the way.
exactly, yeah.
So, yeah.
And
that makes sense. Taking a point to get control of that, and don't let it eat you up.
I try not to.
Do something about it, kind of thing. So I get that. And I definitely have my problems too. So they're just different, just different from what yours are.
Yeah, they're different, but we both have issues. We all have issues. Who doesn't have issues?
Yeah.
We're all fighting issues? Some battle, like they say. We all have our demons.
Yeah, if you don't have issues, well, you're either Mr. Rogers or dead. So,
yeah.
If you're truly 100% content in your life, Mr. Rogers or dead. So.
Yeah, Mr. Rogers, the only perfect human being.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Even then, things still ate him up every day, the way the world was and whatever, and he would still, talk about how angry he would get sometimes, with just his lack of control, feeling like he was out of control about things he couldn't fix himself, So it's even he wasn't truly content. Always wanting to reach out and help somebody else, and just given the medium, he wasn't able to. He's only able to do so much, just one person, to try and leave his impact and leave his positive stain on the world.
Yeah. So let's see. Anything else we can talk about? Let's just brainstorm. Let's go way out there. What do you think might happen during these next few years, even the entire decade? What's something that you think might happen? You think you would maybe get married, start a family? That's something we should be thinking about if we want to do it.
Yeah, I think that's something that's probably going to happen.
You think so? Really?
I don't know when, but it's probably going to happen.
Yeah, I don't know when either. I mean, probably not anytime soon.
Yeah, no, it's probably something within the next maybe 3 years or something. I just feel like that's kind of the right time to do it. I don't know. Preferably a little sooner than later, just by the nature of what it is, as far as child rearing and shit. But yeah, it's definitely something that's just kind of on the table, in my opinion. So I don't know. But yeah, I part of me still thinking about the whole moving out thing, and obviously that's with that. But I do feel like just because of how I am right now, I think in terms of how often I'm around my family, it might not be the best thing. Just because again, if I'm here, then it gives me a chance to kind of be around my dad. When normally we don't necessarily do a whole lot, but that kind of thing can happen more often when I'm here than if I wasn't here. So I feel like that's maybe not necessarily something to try and stifle right now. I don't know. And say in the event that I was to get with Liz or whatever else, it's well, in reality, she's I don't have any plans of moving somewhere else. I don't need to spend money, and me and my mom were thinking about getting a house of our own, but there's a lot of money involved in that, and we're plenty content here. And they're being a traditional Mexican family, we're used to always having relatives around. I think it's weird that you're always home by yourself. Seems, I think it's really weird. So it's she's not going anywhere. So if I was to be with Liz, for example, she wouldn't be oh, you live with your dad. No. Her thing is, of course I live with my mom. Of course my mom lives with me, kind of thing. So
it's a whole family thing. I mean, that's nice, really, I guess. Because that's something I was just thinking about recently. Families don't want to be around each other anymore.
Yeah.
Not even for the holidays. It's something they dread. It's kind of sad. It's family is supposed to be your number one. It's supposed to be... Family's supposed to be always there. That's supposed to be the people that you always look up to, people you can always turn to.
Yeah. So I get it. I get both sides. I do. I know it sounds bad, but I get it.
I get, especially when you have a large family, there's going to be some family members that you just don't get along with, or you don't like them, they don't like you, or they don't approve of your life choices.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
I'm sure. Oh yeah. I understand that. But But in general, I just think, yeah, I mean, families, I mean, you should be looking forward to be with your family. I mean, especially if you don't see them often. I mean, why wouldn't you? Unless you just hate your whole entire family. Maybe some people do. So, I mean, you can't pick your family. You can't choose them.
Yeah.
You can choose your friends. You can choose your spouse, your wife, boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever. You can choose them, but you can't choose your mom. You can't choose your dad. You can't choose your brother or sister. Cousins. You can't choose them. They are your relatives, whether you like it or not. They're going to be there for your Christmas party or Thanksgiving dinner, and and I always and I do agree that if there is a person in your life that's toxic, whether they're family or not, well, then I guess you should stay away from them.
Yeah, that's again, like a mom situation where she was getting so frustrated with, with her immediate family, just like, don't need this, like, fucking 60 something. I survived cancer. I'm trying to be happy. I don't need day-to-day drama with people that are my fucking relatives.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It's there is some families do have a lot of drama going on. I mean, my brother would tell you all about that.
Yeah.
There's always something going on. Kids are, of course, they're grown now, but still. They're always got something going on. They're complaining about something. Something's not right. I mean, don't have any money. I mean, yeah.
So, it never goes away. You just got to do your best to put yourself in the right position so that when shit inevitably comes flying your way, you got a face mask to some degree. He's not get a mouthful of it.
Yeah, but I mean, raising a family, raising kids, having kids, I'm just I'm sure it's a very rewarding experience in the end. It is. I'm sure it is.
No doubt.
But it just seems man, how do they do it? How do these parents that have 3 or 4 kids, how do they keep track of all of them?
Yep.
How do they do it? They must have patience of steel or nerves of steel or something. They got something. There's gotta be something about it.
There's gotta be something in the recipe that they're up to.
Yeah, I mean, there's gotta be something about it because there's a lot of parents out there, and it's you see them around their kids, and they're like, man, they're driving you crazy. They're getting on your nerves constantly, and you're always gotta get on to them and whatever. But you know what? They wouldn't change it for the world.
Yeah, there's plenty of people that are like, my kids, do they drive me fucking crazy? Absolutely. But same time, it's the greatest thing that ever happened to me. My kids.
Yeah. I mean, you gotta love them. I mean, you have to. So it's I guess you have to actually have kids to understand. Of course, I don't. So.
Yeah. And I know that sounds logical as much as it seems ridiculous. Kids, but yeah, definitely.
Yeah. I'm sure actually being a father or being a mother, is, any good mother or father would say no. They would not give up their kids for anything. They really enjoy being a dad or being a mom. That's what any good parent would say.
Yeah.
No matter how annoyed their kids make them, or how tough it might be sometimes, it's hey, these are my kids, and I'm gonna take care of them and raise them, and and I'll do it no matter what it takes.
Yeah,
I mean, that says a lot.
Yeah, to really just play the unconditional card and just bite down and do it.
Just imagine if our parents had the thought of, hey, I don't want to have any kids. I mean, I don't want to go through that.
Yep.
We wouldn't be here. We wouldn't be here doing this.
Yeah, Brett. How selfish are you?
I know. I need to really pick up the slack.
Damn. Better go bang them out.
Okay.
Hammer and nail, hammer and nail. Well, my first meal of the year is some broccoli and some fried fish fillets. Yummy.
Yummy. Oh, there's a big one just went off. Got some big boomers.
Some big kablooies.
Oh boy. So games for this year, 2020. You know any that are coming out that you're looking forward to?
Yeah, they're doing the there's two little compilations that are making their way to the States. For the company named Psycho. It's like PSYIKO or something like that.
Okay.
Yeah, they're doing some shoot 'em up compilations here in the States for Switch, and they're like $60 a piece, but they have 6 games on them, so it's like $120 for the 2 of them. But it's like 6, like expensive shoot 'em ups and stuff like that. So I can't wait till that comes out. That comes out on the 31st. So I already put in my pre-order. I just need to pay it off, but I'm excited for that. I'm curious to see what all stuff will happen on Switch. As far as like collecting and stuff, I only have about 15 or so games left for me to get on Wii U, so I'm narrowing that down. I got a ton of GameCube stuff this year, ton of Wii U stuff this year, so curious to really bite into that stuff and see what that system was all about.
Yeah, well, the new Animal Crossing for Switch is coming out in March.
Yeah, new Animal Crossing.
Yeah. I think there's some other new games, too, coming out for Switch. I can't remember what they are, though. But I know there are some others on the list. I haven't bought any Switch games yet, but I will definitely buy the new Animal Crossing.
Yeah.
I'll definitely check that out.
I'm gonna grab it, too. Just almost kind of owe it to him kind of thing.
Yeah, I'm sure you can still play that game online, visit other camps or island. I think it's gonna be islands now, so I guess you can maybe visit each other's islands or something. Yeah, I mean, we'll see. We'll see what we can get involved with there.
That'll probably be cool.
Yeah, I'm sure there'll be some kind of online feature you can do. Yeah, I can't. Well, this upcoming holiday. I mean, this holiday, but they're already talking about next holiday. But this upcoming holiday, 2020, is gonna be really big because new systems are coming out.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Yeah, the PS5, the new Xbox. That's gonna be the big thing later this year. Well, late this year, obviously. Next holiday is gonna be the PS5 and the Xbox One X. Series X. Whatever. No, I'm sorry. It's just going to be the Xbox.
Yeah, you're right.
So the Xbox. We're getting the Xbox late this year. The Xbox is going to be coming out. The Xbox. Never heard of that before, so we'll see how it goes.
Smells like 2001 in this bitch. Yeah, so we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, well, I know you'll be having them day one. You have as soon as pre-orders open, you will.
Yeah, I'm gonna
that'll help that debt.
Slap it down.
You'll slap down that cash and man, it show up at your door, and you will not make an unboxing video on it.
Yeah.
But you know what I will do? I will make a setting up the PS5 for the first time video.
Yeah, fuck all that shit. Fuck getting paid.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I mean, getting paid. No.
What a
No.
waste.
You can keep your money, Google. Don't need it.
Quit trying to share it with me. I don't need your help, Google. I'm doing just fine.
Doing okay. Don't need your help at all. Don't need your help at all over here.
All.
No, at all. At all. I don't need your help at all.
Apparently, everybody's doing these decade posts where they share a picture of them.
Oh
From
yeah,
2010
10-year, the
picture
10-year
of them
challenge
now.
or whatever, decade challenge.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do one, but I'm kind of looking at a few folks doing theirs.
So we do that now because it's 2020 now. We should do that when we're still 2019.
Yeah, you're right.
There was a photo I think I had of me in 2009. I guess I could have done that myself, but I'd like, whatever.
That's all good.
So honestly, besides the beard I've grown now, I mean, I really haven't changed at all in appearance.
Let's see. Facial hair, a bunch of gray hair, I got glasses. I got glasses in 2014.
Yeah, I've had glasses since '96 or '7. Since I was in second grade.
I was talking to somebody like either today or yesterday at Game Over. Maybe I don't know if it was Sunday or today, maybe, because I wasn't there on Monday. But someone was like making like a setup for a joke, or like they were doing like a hypothetical joke or whatever. Like they were joking around with me, and they like made some remark about like how, and again I don't remember what it was, but how glasses would be like a significant piece of the joke or something like that. Like it was like a comment about glasses, or like, oh, all such and such as glasses or something like that. And I remember being offended. I was like, bitch, like I ain't got no fucking glasses. Like it was this weird like thing. I don't know. It was this weird like thing that hit me, where it was like, where I still don't feel like glasses are part of who I am. Because again, it's just like so much of my life I didn't have them. So I don't know, like
Yeah.
I still get weird about glasses where I'm like, oh, like, yeah, I wear them every single day, but like they're not a part of who I am. Like I don't know, it's weird for me.
Yeah, I mean, even though I've been wearing glasses since I was second grade, so it's like I've been wearing them most of my life now, but at the same time, sometimes I do wish that I didn't wear them. Sometimes I wish I didn't have to wear them, because they're kind of like an artifact sitting on your face.
Okay.
It's like, they're always there, and it's like, that's who I am, so most people I've met, for the past few years, they only know me while wearing glasses, so that's just who I am to them now, of course, it's just...
Yeah.
That's how they know me. That's all they know me is with glasses on. But I feel like, glasses can make you look, especially the glasses I've been wearing most of the time, they can make you look a little more geeky or nerdy or something.
Yeah, like everyone's perception of you automatically because of that.
Yeah,
that's
some
what I was saying. I was
glasses
trying to say
can do that.
It kept like cutting me out. So I was saying how like, I didn't get glasses until like April 2014. So I was like, 23 and a half or whatever the fuck when I got them. So it's like so many people in my life, didn't know me with them, so it's like, it's almost weird to think like, oh, they're going to meet new people and they're like, oh, I don't recognize you without your glasses. It's like, what do you mean? It's me. Like, oh,
Yeah.
Emmeline, like, you never been around me before I had glasses.
I mean, you
Or
do
I show
look
people
different
photos,
with
and they're like,
glasses
"Oh, you
on.
wear glasses?" Yeah, you do.
I mean, you do, yeah. I mean, when you have your glasses off, it's like you just see your eyes, and that's it. You see your eyes and your eye sockets. But when you have your glasses on, it's like, well, now there's these something else to look at. Now you're wearing these frames on your head.
Yeah, there's like this extension of you that's
Right, yeah.
present. You know.
Yeah, so it's like, I mean, you get used to that, but but yeah, that does make you look a little different. And for some people it works out, and for some people it's like depending on the glasses they choose, the frame type they choose. I mean, it can. I'm not gonna say make them look worse, but it makes them look different and made in a way they don't want to look. Like I said, the geeky,
it
nerdy
changes
thing, which is nothing wrong with being geeky or nerdy. It's just
perception.
some may not want to look like that.
Yeah. Precisely.
Because I mean, I am a geek, whether I don't have glasses on or not. I am a geek. So I'm not saying but
Yeah.
but it's like some may not want to look like
definitely
one.
the same aspect where it changes people's perception of you.
Yeah. First impressions, But yeah, so I get it.
A lot of don't even think about it. Oh, he's wearing glasses. Like, no, I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, let me adjust my glasses. What are you talking about? So.
And that's where it's like, well, if you don't like wearing glasses, I mean, well, you can get contacts or laser surgery.
Yeah.
I don't know about laser surgery though. I mean, I don't know if I.
Yeah, I'm still not sure how that is in the long run.
Yeah, I don't know if that's safe or if it's just temporary or if there's any risks. And
yeah, it's one of those where it hasn't been around long enough to know what it truly does.
Yeah. I mean, well, it's been around for a while, but still, I don't know if there's any particular risks or anything with that.
So maybe 20 years or something?
Maybe.
Okay. But again, we don't truly know what it does, 40 or 50 years after it's been done. Well, all of a sudden your eyes just turn to shit. I'm like, what happened? I can't see. Everything's black. Everything's white.
I mean, I like the idea of contacts, but there's just a lot more maintenance with contacts. And you gotta keep, you gotta take them out, put them in. You can't wear them while you're sleeping. So we can't wear glasses while you're sleeping either. But it takes more effort to take your contacts out.
Yeah, someone who had contacts and didn't do anything with them, and now has glasses and wears them every single day, pretty much all day. Yeah, big difference.
Yeah. So, most likely I'll be wearing glasses all my life.
But again, I'm thankful that my prescription is light, and I could literally buy cheap, teeny tiny frames, cheap, teeny tiny glasses with literally no frame, and I'm thankful that everybody can do that. So
yeah. I mean, I got thinner frames this time. He's having connection issues again.
Yeah, my shit keeps cutting in and out.
Yeah, I noticed that. Yeah. But I was saying that I got thinner frames this time.
Okay.
So this is the frames I got. Because I've always been wearing plastic frames, but this time I decided to get metal or stainless steel, whatever they are, frames. And they're thinner, they're a little lighter, and they got that little nose ridge that I call it. It's like they're not as comfortable, but you do get used to it, so they're fine. It's the little pinchers I call them. They pinch your nose. They rest on your nose here. They kind of dig into it a little bit.
Yeah, those things.
Yeah, but but I was thinking maybe that'd be better for VR because they'd be a little thinner and the headset would fit a little better on my face, maybe.
Yeah, that's true.
So. But yeah, I guess that's pretty much it then. Anything else to say about this new year coming up or new decade? Any closing comments?
Brett, thanks for all this fucking time. We've been basically hanging out and talking off and on for the last 8 years, and it's been really cool. So.
Yeah, when did that start? Did that start in 2012? or late
Yeah, I feel like in 2012.
2012,
So-
2013? Because I remember doing some streams with you in like 2013, so I had to be going on before then.
So we obviously were like, talking on Steam.
Yeah,
20
just text chatting on Steam at first. Yeah.
Yeah. Eventually persuade you to get on Skype, and it kind of grew from there. So
Yeah. So.
yeah, thanks for being a part of all this. Thanks for being a part of my life and being a good ass dude and letting me make you laugh and
Which is really hard to do. So.
yeah, and being a gigantic fucking ear to my loud ass mouth. So yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, same to you, man. I mean, thanks for being there and hearing my complaints about stuff, and whenever you do let me talk, I do try to get some words in, and sometimes I try to get sometimes I get a rant in once in a while, and
Yeah.
I vent myself occasionally, and we all need to do that, and and you're the person for that for sure.
Yeah.
For me.
Do you feel like your life would have been very different if you hadn't been talking to me this whole fucking time?
Oh yeah, for sure. I wouldn't have any outlet, really, to be honest.
Yeah.
I don't know who else I could be talking to, really, this freely. I mean, I should have somebody, to do that with in person. I mean, I agree, but
Yeah.
but I just don't really. I mean, because like I said, my family, I don't see them very much.
Yeah. And again, they have this kind of like fixed perception of you a lot of the time,
Yeah, I feel like they do anyway.
Yeah. And obviously I only get the filtered version you give me, so I only can go off so much, but yeah,
Right.
it definitely kind of seems that way, so.
Yeah, I mean, I've always felt like, again, my family doesn't really know who I truly am. Well, no one actually really knows who I truly am.
Yeah.
Besides maybe you and maybe my mom to a certain extent. But, and maybe my brother to a certain extent. But most of the, my coworkers, my other extended family and whatever, they really don't know much of the real me.
Yeah, like, not to put myself on a pedestal, but I think I'm in the best position of anybody.
Oh, yeah, sure. I mean, because the thing with me is that the more uncomfortable I am, like, I'm not saying I'm, like, if I'm uncomfortable with you, doesn't mean I don't like you or that I'm afraid of you. It just means that I just don't know you well enough.
Yeah.
And when I'm feeling like that, my real personality just hides.
Yeah, you feel like you just gotta kind of filter yourself, censor yourself, or you don't those kind of thoughts and emotions don't necessarily like come up and out.
Yeah. It just all hides itself. And when I'm in crowds, like especially like during Thanksgiving and Christmas, we're in this house and there's people everywhere, even though I know all of them.
Yeah.
And I don't have anything against any of these people, but yet I just feel like just an alien throughout the entire group.
Yeah, like it just still don't quite fit the mold, so still gotta
and so they just think
put
so.
That hat and play that role that's been kind of put on there.
Right, and so I feel like that's the only part of me they see. Most of the time, is this very quiet, not talking much, including my coworkers at my current job too. It's like that's all they see is just, he doesn't say anything. He's the quiet guy.
He's gonna come shoot us all up.
He probably he just didn't. He doesn't want to be bothered. He doesn't want to talk to anybody. He probably doesn't want to have any friends or whatever. He's just happy being on his own and whatever. I mean, to a certain extent, maybe, but not all the time. I mean, Yes, I enjoy my personal space, and yes, I don't be bothered. No one wants to be bothered by people. But, but I mean, there are the right people that, I mean, the good kind of bother. Sure.
Yeah, exactly.
Come over and bother me a little bit. Come over and pester me a little bit. I mean, just have a little fun, Sure. Come on.
Everyone loves being checked in and checked up on by somebody you like, and you
Yes.
absolutely abhor it from someone you don't like or don't want to do that to you.
Mhm.
So
Yes. And another thing is that I try not to be that person.
yeah,
And it's sometimes hard to tell if someone wants you to check up on them and talk to them, or if they don't want to be bothered by you, or maybe you bother them, and it's like, well, I don't want to bother them, so I just don't talk to them, or I try to take it easy and try to be cautious around them because I don't know, maybe they don't want me to be near them.
yeah, so on and so on. Yeah.
So I try to not be that person because I know it sucks to be the receiving end of that.
Yeah.
So
how the brain torments itself when we're a mindful individual.
yes, yeah, that's definitely me. I mean, my mind tortures me a lot. Trust me.
Yeah.
Well, I guess that's everything, guys. 2019 is gone. The 2010s are gone. Now we're in a brand new decade, brand new year. I'm sure we're going to have a lot of stuff is going to happen this year, and especially the next 10 years. We're going to have a lot of stuff happen and change.
Yeah.
Change will happen. Don't
Yeah.
know what it is. But we're going to find out. It'll be very interesting to see how this all unfolds, how these next 10 years unfold.
Getting ready. Getting hyped. Getting ready. I'm feeling it. Feeling it, man.
So you're feeling the new decade, the new year? You're feeling it?
That says something. Let's do this shit. Because god damn it, only got up to go from here. So
Yeah, you still got 80 years to play all those games.
yeah, that's it.
And counting. More games.
And counting. 80 years to play them games.
80 years to play them games. Well, I guess we will wrap it up here, guys. Thank you so much for joining me on my New Year's party for 2020. Hope everybody has a great new year and a happy new decade. Hope everybody had a great Christmas. Thank you once again, Derek, for spending your New Year's with me.
Yeah.
It's been awesome. Great that we can do this. Really appreciate you being here.
Yeah. This is what I like doing on New Year's. So thanks, Brett.
Yep, this is what I do too. I mean, maybe one New Year's I will go out with someone and have a good time.
Who knows?
Maybe that'll happen next year.
Hey,
you never know.
Fries. Cheese and fries, man.
So when did you get drunk that one time? Like, was that a few years ago?
That was 2012.
Oh, no wonder it was your favorite year. I'm close to it.
October 17th, 18th, 2012. That is when that was.
And it was fun.
Yeah, it was cool. It was interesting.
Yeah.
Fun's a good word for it, but it was also pretty horrifying. But
And And did you have a hangover the next day?
I didn't actually.
You didn't.
No, I was up by about 10 or 11, and I was in pretty good shape, honestly. So.
Yeah, well, maybe you can hold your liquor a little better.
Oh, that definitely wasn't it, but I was thankful I didn't have a hangover.
I mean, maybe you didn't drink so much that, you had a... Because you only have a hangover if you actually get really badly drunk, right?
Yeah.
Not if you just have a few drinks or a few sips. I mean, you gotta really drink a lot.
Yeah, or drink a high alcohol volume. You can have fucking 10 beers, or you can have like one really, really high fucking proof thing and get the same effect. So,
yeah.
Because again, most beers, if you drink like a 20-ounce can of beer, 4% of that usually is alcohol. So how many beers you need to get that many, ounces of alcohol or milliliters of alcohol in your system versus like, straight fucking Everclear, which is nothing but alcohol, that kind of thing. So it balances out. It's all science and math.
Yeah, they use a formula or something like, like one shot or one drink is technically a certain amount of alcohol per of whatever or something.
Per unit. So there's a whole science to it. So if you just, or if you mix certain different types of alcohols and liquors and stuff like that, you can get really bad reactions. So that's also a thing to be mindful of. Why you might have a bad hangover if you cross different types of alcohol and stuff like that. You can get really bad reactions. So.
Yeah, I mean, I've never had a taste of alcohol at all. I mean, I've smelled it when I worked at Walmart several times. I've smelled beer, I smelled wine, and I mean, some of the beer smells kind of okay. Like, maybe I could like the taste of that. But I hear like all alcohol burns when you swallow it, so it's like I don't know why you would enjoy that.
Yeah, overall I ain't impressed personally, but whatever.
Yeah, I mean, it's like I don't know, but I mean, some people drink beer or whiskey like it's like, soda or something. Like, hey, they're just, it's like, hey,
like The Office. Put them back.
But yeah, but I mean, so yeah, but yeah, I've never drank at all. Don't have an interest in getting drunk or anything, but I mean, I'm not gonna say that I'm never gonna drink anything.
Yeah.
Maybe one day it will happen if I'm with someone or if I'm comfortable enough. I'll say, okay, I guess I'll try a little shot or something, see what happens.
Yeah. In reality, you would actually be kind of interesting if you had a decent amount of alcohol and got a little drunk, because it would probably get rid of your quiet edge, and so maybe you actually would come off the cuff and start talking more.
Yeah, I mean, that's...
might be thinking but don't necessarily say. So you might be a little surprised what the experiment might be.
Well, yeah, but still, it's like there's some things that, you shouldn't say. You want to have some self-control. That's what I'm saying. It's like... that's why it's like, I think that's what they say. It's like, if you want someone to tell you the truth, get them drunk. Then they'll tell you the truth. They'll really tell you what they think of you if they're drunk.
Tell you the whole truth, man.
Yeah, so it's like, oh, well, maybe there's some things I don't want to say. I shouldn't be drunk.
Yeah, right?
Some things shouldn't be said.
Yeah.
But still, I mean, like I said, I might do it. If the situation's correct and I'm with the right person.
Precisely.
Or whatever. Because, a lot of people drink. They do it for a social thing. Especially this time of year, New Year's, whatever. A lot of people get drunk, whatever. And it's like, I don't know. It seems like it can be unhealthy and dangerous, but what is unhealthy and dangerous?
Correct.
We all gotta die of something. It's like, if it's one thing you don't want to die of, it's like liver problems.
Yeah, that's true.
That's good. Liver problems can be pretty bad.
Nice to not have your body tearing itself apart from the inside.
Yeah, I don't know if I ever told you this, but uh, I had an uncle, but I never knew. Because he died in his 30s before I was born, and the family says he drank a lot.
Yeah.
He drank a lot, and he died of liver cancer, and he died a really bad death, they say.
Just slow, painful, organs stop fucking working, kidneys gotta overhaul because your liver isn't purifying anything. Yeah, it ain't pretty.
So yeah, I mean, so please don't overdo it. I just don't like to see anybody I care about, hurt themselves, like that. But
Yeah.
But I mean, it's still their choice, If you just drink responsibly.
Yeah.
And you'll be fine.
Around friends, around the home, with friends, not by yourself. Don't fucking drink by yourself.
No.
Don't build that habit. Nothing more depressed than getting hammered at home alone.
Yeah, I mean, well, I guess what people do, they get drunk at home, they take a few beers because they just want to take the load off, take the edge off. They had a hard day at work, or they're stressed out, whatever, and it's like, okay, I want to sit down and just have a few beers, or drink some gin, or some whiskey, or, whatever, and, and really just chill.
People that drink all the time are like people that live in the bumfuck areas and don't have anything to do. So all they do is drink, sit around, drink, smoke cigarettes, and play cards. Well, goddamn it, this is the fucking 2020 now.
Mm-hmm.
And we got more fucking things that we could potentially do than sit around and be bored and play fucking cards and drink and smoke cigarettes. My mom was just saying that the other day, when we would go back and visit our friends, be like, oh yeah. My dad was saying like, oh yeah, we go over and it was fun hanging out with them, but like, God, they don't have anything going on. All they do is just sit around, drink, smoke cigarettes, play cards, and talk. Like there ain't shit going on.
Man.
When you're in the middle of fucking nowhere. So, yeah. My dad was so bummed here from, like, friends back home that, like, heroin and shit started showing up in their area. And they're like, what the fuck? And it's like, well, of course. There's nothing to do. You got to get something a little more interesting than just beer, Like, oh, my God. So, yeah. Don't fall prey. Don't fall victim. Don't slip up. Keep your shit tight. Ride the wave.
Yeah.
Catch the wave into 2020. I don't like Pepsi, motherfucker.
Pepsi's good, but I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
So to each their own.
Thanks for the 20 teens. Thanks for so long, and thanks for all the fish.
Yeah. The 2010s were a nice growing experience, maturing experience, or whatever.
Yeah.
Well, the proper word I'm looking for is. And the 2020s, hopefully I'll better myself even more. And start living some more, because after this will be, well, 40s. Let's not go there just yet. Let's not go there just yet, man.
Yeah.
Oh, man, not yet. No, I'm still 30. I've still got this entire decade left. So
Yeah, let's stave that shit off.
yeah, let's save that for later.
Yeah.
But this is the last decade, I guess, of my young adulthood. So, I mean, well, both of ours. So we need to enjoy it, man. We really
Have
need
fun.
to enjoy it.
Enjoy ourselves.
Yeah,
Play
because I mean,
smart.
you're not gonna have your health forever,
Yeah.
and I got. Yeah, whenever I go to the doctors, I see all these old people. They're like in their 60s, 70s, 80s, and doctors are like, okay, you got this, you got this, you gotta take this, you gotta take that, you gotta have this, you got this operation, that operation, you gotta have blah, 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 and I'm like, oh, man. I don't have to do any of that right now, so I should be taking advantage of it,
Yeah. I still don't take any fucking medicine. I don't.
No.
I
mean, I don't want to,
Yeah, I've come to the point where, like, I start to question multivitamins,
Yeah. Yeah. my mom likes taking that stuff, and she even gets them for me and my niece. And I'm like, well, I really don't want these. I mean, I don't really need them. Like, maybe I need some vitamin D maybe once in a while, but I mean, maybe. But still, I was doing fine with that too. I mean, so I don't know. Yeah, I know vitamins and minerals are important, but I mean, you do get them from your food.
Yeah.
And
it's probably a lot better to get them from food rather than just taking them multi-tablet, you know.
And supplements, you know, having artificial stuff.
Yeah.
Of course, you could say most of the food we eat's artificial too, but
Sure, you got it.
yeah,
You're right.
But
You're not wrong. So,
yeah.
So overall, any and everybody, don't drink and drive. Hopefully, you learned something from the last decade.
Yes.
And
2020s, just try to enjoy them. Be nice to each other.
Yeah.
Keep learning. And keep trying to better yourself. Like me, I'm going to try to, like I said, work on my self-esteem, self-image. And also, stop trying to judge people so quickly.
Yeah. Because you'd be really what you can find out from somebody that otherwise maybe you just kind of dismissed.
Because I had that problem too. It's like if I find out they do this one thing, I'm like, oh. It's like, oh, you smoke cigarettes. Oh, man, I didn't know you.
Send them to the grave.
Smoke cigarettes? Man, you drank alcohol? Man, you must be an alcoholic. Or, you know, you must get drunk all the time and you're out of control. Like, oh, you do, I mean, you know what I mean. It's like, I just jump quickly to, like, the negative.
Yeah.
And,
in reality, it's like, oh, it's just something that person does.
You know, it's like, that's not right. I mean, it doesn't mean that... It doesn't mean any of that, so I shouldn't do that.
Yeah. Like, Julianne smoked cigarettes, and she was one of the nicest girls I ever met in my life. You know?
Yeah. You know, I mean, it's just because someone smokes or drinks or cusses or...
Hey! I'm
like,
listening. Go ahead. Choose your next words very wisely.
I mean, well, you know, I was raised to believe that, you know, I mean, you know, like, if you swear, cuss, whatever, it's like, you know, it's like, God doesn't like that. We shouldn't do that. True Christians don't swear. We don't use those kind of words. We don't use that kind of language, as my mom always said, you know. Sometimes I cuss as a kid, and because I heard my dad say him, or I heard him on TV or whatever, and so sometimes I would say, you know, damn or ass or something. And
messed up, Brett.
Oh, and it's like, yeah, I mean, so it's like, so I had that mental state, you know. It's like, yeah, I mean, it's like, so I more respect a person when they don't cuss. You know, I mean, I mean, that's just the way I've always been, because that's what I was told to view as a better person.
Yeah.
That's how I was raised. Like, someone who cusses and uses
profanity.
You know, profanity is like, well, they're not the person that you should be associating with. That's bad association.
Well, Brett, I'm sorry I've disappointed you every day you've ever spoke to me.
Well, sometimes I have to just, you know, learn to forgive. I just have to deal with it, I guess, with you. Man.
Oh, man. That's some shit. Ain't that a bitch? Get the fuck out. Oh, man.
But yeah, but still, yeah, I need to work on that. I need to stop judging people just from the way I was raised, and I need to accept that, you know, just, you know,
found
people
plenty of things that Mom ain't right about.
Yeah, I mean, just because someone, I mean, judge the people by the way they treat you, not by the words they use or what they do in their free time.
Yeah.
You know, just, you know.
Unless it's like punch kittens or something.
Oh, sure.
I like to punt mice.
Punt mice down the street, like, whoa!
Terrorize the neighbor girls with snakes, and other dumb things.
Yeah, sure.
I don't know what I'm getting at. Ignore me. Is it 1 a.m. yet?
Yeah, it's 1:03. So.
Thanks, 20 teens.
So, all right, guys. Well, once again, like I said, thanks for joining us. Thanks, Derek, for doing this with me this year again. And hope you guys all have a great new year and a great new decade. And let's all try to have a good one. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you guys for supporting my channel. I will have new videos coming up. I'll definitely have another probably room tour game collection update thingy at some point.
What the hell are those?
What are videos? What are YouTube videos? Yeah, I know.
No.
Man, what are YouTube videos? What are YouTube video uploads? What are those things?
You better cut the tape right, boy.
So we've got one last day off tomorrow for a holiday, and then I gotta go back to work and go back to the regular grind. So
Yeah, after a total of 12 days. So
12 days off.
Everyone poured pity on him.
12 days off, but I had some fun. Did some stuff, got some stuff.
Vacation,
few days, yeah. Did some traveling. I always like doing that. I like to travel, like to, go new places and, have fun. I mean, so I like to do that stuff. It's just, it's just usually I do it alone. Because that's the only time I really feel comfortable is when I'm alone, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And well, I don't mind having somebody with me. It's like, I don't necessarily want to do things alone. I don't really. But it's
you like to have fun? That's weird.
Huh?
So do you like to have fun? That's weird.
Yeah, come on, me? Me have fun?
That is pretty inhuman of you.
Me? I don't do anything. Come on. Don't be ridiculous.
God damn.
Anyway, guys. You guys have a good night. Thank you guys for watching again.
We will catch y'all later. This has been Dead. I will catch you guys later.
Next year.
Whatever. 2021. I'm gonna blink and it's gonna be there, so you better watch it. Have a nice night, boys and girls.
Have a good one, guys. Take care. Bye-bye.
Enjoy your fucking decade. Here it is.
Enjoy it, man. And take care of yourselves. Peace.
Peace.